All great movies start with a black screen and narration. Well, this isn't a great movie, but we're gonna do that anyway. I'm a survivor of World War I, and this is my story.
Morning, lads, and welcome to the Western Front. Now, about 300 meters away, we've got 2,000 angry crots who want this trench. Your job is to prevent that, even at the expense of your life. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Let's get you boys familiar with your home for the next few months.
Hey there, I'm James. Nice to meet you.
This here front wall is the parapet. You see those sandbags on top and the barbed wire? That's to protect your pretty face from the artillery shrapnel. Now, snipers. You always want to watch out for snipers. Do not stick your bloody head above the parapet if you want to live. We have loopholes so you can fire through. Now this back wall is the parados. There's a ridge at the top. Again, to protect your pretty faces when a shell lands nearby. This trench system has 3 lines. You'll be in the front line for about 4 or 5 days each month. You'll spend about 3 days in the support trench. About 9 days in the reserve trench. And about 2 weeks outside the trench in barracks or hospitals.
Sir, where do we sleep?
Right to the essentials, right here.
Dear Mom, I'm writing this letter on my first week in the trenches. It's not so bad here, just a lot of routines and procedures. Psst, wake up, it's time to stand to arms. Every day we wake up and guard the trenches for an hour and a half. I don't see anything. Now make sure it stays that way. Then we eat. Corned beef, bread, and biscuits. Nothing too special. Hi there, I'm Norman. The name's Will. Good to meet you guys. We stand to arms a bit more before sunset, but it's at night that the trenches really come alive. I want your men on patrol in an hour. Are we moving out? Yep. Do you see anything yet? Not since the last 5 hours, no. Come on, mate, get up. Sometimes 30 of us go and attack a small part of the German trenches. We kill as many people as we can, then take anything that might be useful, and leave a few presents behind for the Germans. So why are you guys fighting in the war? God and glory and all that.
For the Queen and country.
My mom made me. What about you? I think... Wait. Run. Run! Incoming artillery, get to your dugout! Oh God, make it stop! Make it stop! The next day after the shelling is just an ordinary day. Life goes on. Dear Mom, life in the trenches is turning out to be quite boring so far. I want your men in the fire bay in 5 minutes. Ugh. Dear Mom, we're going on our first offensive today. We'll be going over the top in 3 waves. Alright, men. When you hear this whistle, you will run towards the enemy trench and eliminate. I'll see you on the other side. Prejudice. Retreat! Fall back! Fall back! Son, you're being rotated out. You're going back to the support trenches. Dear Mom, sometimes I wonder, what's the point? Was the 100 meters of land we fought for worth the deaths of my friends? What right do I have to live when they died? Every day we stand out here risking our lives for the big people responsible for all of this to be shot, eaten by rats, and later find ourselves engraved in the mud. Where is the glory in this? I thought technology would advance humanity, not destroy it. What's going on up there? The same as usual, suffering and death. If you get this letter, it means that I'm never coming home.
This is it. We're throwing everything we've got at the German lines. We are not stopping until the Hindenburg line.
I want you to know that you should really clear my browser search history. Oh yeah, and I love you too. I'll see you guys soon. Hey, it'll be alright. No, it won't. Holy Father, please forgive me. Let's go kill some Germans! 10 seconds! Goodbye. Here's some more extra information that I'll just shove into your face. Alright, I might as well just show you guys some of the pieces I used in this video. So first of all, this is the Mark IV tank, originally called the Landship. This is the male version with two 6-pounder guns. So the UK, or Britain, built this in order to break the stalemate on the Western Front. So this was used to smash through the German lines and cross their trenches. So you can see there is this sort of curve right here on the treads. This was so that the tank could basically climb up and then bridge over the trench. It was very slow. This only moved at 4 miles per hour because the infantry needed to keep up with it, and they also didn't have really advanced engines at the time. So this would move. This would basically crawl along and cross the trenches, but it did its job, as you saw in the video. A couple hundred of these were used at the Battle of Amiens, or Amiens, which is basically what I replicated at the end of the video. It was the last battle in trench warfare, and it was also one of the first ones where they effectively used these. This took me about 4 hours to build. Okay, cool. So now this is a BL 9.2-inch howitzer. So this was used by the British Army as a counter battery. So what this means is that they would set these behind the support trenches, or they would set them behind the rear lines of the trench, and they would shoot shells, high explosive shells at steep angles into the air, and hopefully they'd land on the enemy trenches and take out their artillery. So this one took probably about 1 hour to build, so it wasn't that hard. Alright, let's go on to the actual trenches. So this is everything that you saw in the video was inside this one area. So basically I have our dugout right here. I have the actual trench. I have, and the rest of these pieces is just portions of no man's land that I put together in various ways in order to get what you see in the video. So all I did was basically film this one part, but from different angles, and then that's how I got all the different trench layouts in the video. And I would say this video took me about 20 hours in all. It was very time consuming, but it was also really fun. It was a learning experience because this is the second time that I ever tried to make a good quality video. If you've been to my channel, then you know that my videos are all terrible quality. And hopefully I don't have to do this ever again in this class. But if I do, I'm sure it'll be even worse. So see you guys.